What's up? What's up? I'm gonna respond to this comment by ScarletSkyterror. ScarletSkyterror is a dual master's card. It costs 8 mana, it has 3000 attack points, but it doesn't really matter that it has 3000 attack points, because you're not going to use this one for attack, because on the first turn that you summon it, it has summoning sickness. But whatever, you don't need to know all the rules. All that it matters is when you play this card, basically you're playing it to win. It's your finisher card. You play this card, all the blockers are destroyed. Nothing can block your attacks, and yeah, you win the game. It says right here, when you put this creature into the battle zone, destroy all creatures that have blocker. So this person is trying to like destroy all my defenses and win the argument. But it's not gonna be that easy. So here's what the Scarlet has to say. LOL, vegans do not hate meat eaters. We hate the suffering inflicted on innocent beings. Passive aggressive is rich call out when you hide behind a channel that seems weirdly obsessed with vegans on YouTube. You do know that there are a lot of human beings who are malnourished who eat meat every day, right? Most Americans in fact are nutrition deficient. Calling people evil who want us to thrive on plants, save animals and the planet are some of the most loving humans on the planet. But I guess that doesn't align with your biased worldview, does it? Cheer up, at least you can do hashtags well. Thanks for the comment, and I think that you really believe that you said anything new here. But I already covered all these topics in like different videos. Whatever, I'm just gonna answer it the best as I can. So here's the deal with vegans. They might appear nice to you because you're one of them, but the moment you're not one of them, they are just very, very difficult to deal with them. They block you on social media just because you made a video about them. They leave you on scene. They block you from commenting. They remove you from live stream. They time you out on live stream just to not let you speak. And then when they blocked you from speaking, they keep on saying their things. It's like they're just not open to like any discussion. And I would never do any of this, especially with someone who is as nice as me. I would only act this way if I would totally dislike a person and I would just don't want to have to do anything with them. But even then, you have to be able to put all those emotions away and see what they really have to say and respond to that. Not just avoid responding and blocking and living unseen, because all that is just very manipulative behavior. Oh, and vegans like the vegan money coming in. They like it when other vegans support them financially and they do anything to protect that income. So many of them are just fake because they just basically do it for the money. Joy Carpstrong, for example, durianrider, and many others. You might not hate meat eaters that are like that are like really easy to control, and the people that they just do anything to please others. But the moment a meat eater shows up that actually knows what people eat in nature, you vegans just lose your mind and do all that behavior I just mentioned. And trust me, I know, because I've been doing this long enough. And it's just really frustrating dealing with vegans to the point that I just want to stop making any videos related to vegans or whatever. Even today I had a better video idea, but somehow I just choose to respond to you. But at a certain point I'm just going to give up and not make any videos about vegans anymore or respond to them, because it's totally pointless. And about the meat eaters that are just easy to control and they would just switch to a vegan diet, I think some of them, they just want to do something special or something extraordinary. Just like I don't know, I wouldn't call a vegan diet special or anything. It's just a unique way to eat. And for me, it was like, yeah, I thought that if it's something unique that nobody does, it might come with unique benefits, like health benefits. But yeah, that never happened. And I realized really quickly that, yeah, that's just not going to work out for me or for anybody else. But there are people who still do it for 10 years or something, which just blows my mind. And I talked to some of them and they are completely denying their own senses. choices. So they are easy to control anyway. And after all this behavior, it's safe to say that vegans do hate meat eaters. You say that you hate the suffering inflicted on innocent beings. Well, they are maybe innocent when they are born, but guess what? Some of them eat worms and stuff. So how about the lives of the worms? The lives of the worms, it doesn't matter. Worms are not innocent. Or the insects. Anyway, I do get the idea of what you mean of the suffering. It must be not nice for any animal that gets slaughtered for their meat. But as a meat eater, I don't look at it from that point of view. I look at it that it provides me nutrition. I'm not even gonna get into this argument about nutrition too much, because I know there's no point for it. You're just gonna go keep on eating your mock meats and your plant-based milks or whatever you're having. You're saying how I hide behind a YouTube channel or whatever that is obsessed with vegans, but you are not pointing out how vegans, they just watch a lot of videos about meat or where animals are slaughtered because they crave meat, okay? Why you forgot to mention that? They also make rage bait content or comedy videos where they just talk about meat eaters the same way I would talk about vegans, okay? Vegans by definition are more obsessed with meat than I am, because I just had liver not long time ago and minced meat, and I'm alright. I'm completely satisfied. I don't have to think about meat. But some of you did not have meat for like years and years or decades. Imagine that. I don't even want to bring up the stuff that I heard from vegans on this channel, because it would sound totally obnoxious. I don't even feel comfortable about talking about my experience that I had with some vegans. So yes, many vegans are evil and very passive aggressive. It's either they're like super aggressive and they just tell the obnoxious things in my face, or they just have like a passive aggressive behavior and I can see on them that they just don't want to deal with me anymore. Are they the most loving? That's an exaggeration for sure. You cannot be happy as a vegan. There's no happiness without eating real meat from a healthy animal. You can be like super rich and have nice houses with pool and all the vegan food you want. Best quality fruit, best quality grains, best quality green leaves, roots, all of that. All the free time in the world and not have to work. And you're still just not gonna be as happy as someone who eats meat from a healthy animal. Even if you're like surrounded with very loving people and loving family and have a perfect life, on a vegan diet, you just won't be satisfied. And it's going to be impossible for you to be loving or something. And you're going to, if you just keep on doing this vegan diet thing, you're going to blame like other factors and you're just not going to blame your diet. And especially if you're a vegan, you're just going to not like it when you see a person who eats meat and it's truly happy. And the other reason why vegans avoid talking to me, it's because I trigger in them some kind of pain. And if they would not deny their own senses, they would just give in into their thoughts or whatever, they would just go back to eating meat. But their resistance is just too strong. And yes, that can be really painful. Because, for example, me, myself, if I would want to eat like a lentil pizza or something, I would just eat it. But you, on the other hand, you cannot listen to my advice, okay? You're not allowed to try some meat, okay? So in that way, you're like very limited. And you are very limited in terms of what building blocks you're getting out of your food. But many times I see vegans, they just don't like biochemistry. And they really believe that you can get the same nutrients from grains and plants, just like you would get it from meat. But it's just not the case. And I know when I'm explaining this like very seriously, they just start laughing or they blocking me or they mute me or whatever, man. They just say, oh yeah, it's very interesting or something. They all have like different reactions, but none of them are like truly open to this. Whatever, I'm just not gonna get too much into the diet part this time, because it just seems to be like a waste of time. Plus I have many videos on this channel and I hate repeating myself. So you're calling me, like you're saying that I have a biased worldview or whatever. But guess what? I had every single food that you had. And it just doesn't work, man. And you're also asking me how do I know if people who eat meat, they can also end up malnourished. I talk about this a lot on my channel. And yes, people who eat meat can also end up malnourished, especially if they eat like a lot of cooked meat and pasteurized milk. That can lead you nutritionally deficient, of course. And most people only eat muscle meat nowadays. And let's just face it, muscle doesn't have everything that you need. Even my own diet is not like 100% perfect. I have muscle meat, bone marrow, heart, liver. It would be nice to get access to even more, but yeah, this is what I have for now. And you bring up how most Americans are nutrition deficient, but you don't mention how most Americans just eat a lot of seed oils. And Paul Saladino does like real changes in America. Anybody who follows Paul Saladino's advice, they just get their nutrition right. Way better than any vegan out there. You're not saving the planet, okay? By being a vegan. That's like saying that stopping a lion from eating zebras, it's going to save the planet. Lions were hunting zebras all the time, or whatever else animal they could find. So what's worse than a vegan? A vegan that is also an environmentalist. And I'm all for protecting nature, because nature is beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing. Everything around me was built on nature. But your ways of protecting nature, it just doesn't seem really smart to me. Also, vegans are removed from nature, like completely. You're telling me to cheer up or whatever. But actually, I have never been happier and never smiled as much every day than I am now on my natural diet. Thanks for listening.